After WandaVision, Loki, Mayor of Easttown, now Luca, is Disney Plus Hotstar finally stepping up for people who don't really care for the IPL? The newest, cutest, smartest Pixar movie is up on your screen, Luca, directed by Italian storyboard artist turned filmmaker Enrico Casarosa. Luca Paguro is a preteen sea monster. He lives underwater with his parents and maternal grandmother off the coast of an Italian town named Porto Rosso. The term monster doesn't mean to them what it means to humans in that they aren't ashamed of it, it's just their identity. Luca, who's been warned by his parents about land, monsters and other things, he's a little bit like Ariel the Little Mermaid, collecting human artifacts, storing them in a little hideout, constantly curious about what lies beyond. After meeting another young sea monster, Alberto Scorfano, Luca sets off on the most adventurous summer of his lifetime, realizing he can turn into a real boy when on dry land. Hat tip, Pinocchio, the most famous Italian boy of them all, incidentally originally illustrated by a man also named Enrico. For children and less astute observers taken in by the colors alone, Luca is a fun, breezy watch about a young boy learning more about the world and various ways to find his place in it. But look, Zara, underneath the whirlwind of action and pure-hearted adventure, the immigration allegory is as clear as Paddington, perhaps even more so. Luca changes form when he's on dry land, among new people he knows nothing about to fit in. He has to learn how to walk from scratch despite being a long-time swimmer. Him and Alberto are repeatedly told to go back where they came from. At one point, Luca almost loses his sense of self to assimilate better among the land dwellers. He's also in a literal race to prove his worth. The animation techniques involved here create the imaginary world of a young child. Luca the movie does not look like Moana. It's not Coco. It's not polished down to the last pixel like Toy Story. Instead, the visuals look like they were thought up by Luca, a character with a vivid imagination. An imagination which makes him want to see the world but also makes him anxious about terrors his mother has warned him about. The look of the world created in this film is delightfully whimsical, just enough to satisfy an 11-year-old's mind. What I also immensely enjoyed was the little world of Porto Rosso's inhabitants and the presence of art and stories in their culture. There's a gramophone on a fishing boat, a cat named Machiavelli, a little girl's room full of books. The two-wheeler Vespa is the MacGuffin Luca and Alberto are after the whole time, naively thinking that the scooter will enable them to travel the world. Roman Holiday, a movie where the Vespa featured prominently, उसका पोस्टर भी लगा हुआ है Porto Rosso में. And when Luca and Alberto do manage to purchase an old beat-up Vespa, it looks suspiciously similar to the very Vespa from the Roman Holiday. Fun fact, Roman Holiday stars Audrey Hepburn, whose younger son's name is Luca. Luca is a deeply personal movie from director Enrico Casarosa, despite the screenplay and story credits being shared among 5 different writers. Enrico has brought his own childhood alive on screen via this film. His best friend from childhood is also called Alberto, and it makes sense there's so much of his truth in the film. A children's movie dare not be dishonest. To make the wonders of discovering a new world, new people, new cultures, and in the process begin to discover yourself requires a truth, which if you didn't show via movies with children protagonists, where will you? But overall, Luca is a tremendously joyful film. Julia, the little feminist girl who befriends Luca and Alberto on Porto Rosso, keeps saying aloud names of various Italian cheeses when she's shocked or angry or frustrated. In the underwater world, the sea monsters say things like, "Oh, shark, holy carp." And like Moana, here too there is a fearless grandmother, the matriarch who carries the family name Paguro and does her own thing with an unbeatable smile on her face. Sassy grandmother supremacy. And of course the delightful looking Italian landscape, जो I am sure अच्छा ही होगा. मैंने तो सिर्फ इम्तियाज अली की फिल्मों में रणबीर कपूर को घूमते हुए देखा है. बहुत wanderlust strong होने वाली है after watching Luca. हाँ, by the way, you've been warned. Luca is now streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar. Now for relation में recommendation. रोमन हॉलिडे देखो इस वीक टाइम निकाल कर. ऑड्री हेबर्न की ऑस्कर विनिंग परफॉर्मेंस, देयर इज अ वेस्पा, देयर इज इटली, ग्रेगरी पेक, व्हाट्स नॉट टू लव. सब्सक्राइब कर लो चैनल को. जान बची तो इटली जाकर मैं भी व्लॉग बना ही लूंगी कभी.